All right, good morning to everyone at the sound of my voice, and thanks for joining me on the program. We call it Sport this morning on Darling FM 107.3, and Cosmos, the son of Chukwuemeka, still remains my name. It will never, ever change. They call me Small Body Big Engine, Ororo Fakonga, Baba. Tuesday edition of the program, 16th day of February 2021. There is always a lot to serve on the show, only if you keep it up to Darling 107.3, baby. Me and you know, say Amadi Oha, no, they hear English. From Formula 1, there was a kick-off this morning where Fernando Alonso has been discharged from hospital after suffering a fracture of his upper jaw in a cycling accident last week. The two-time Formula 1 champion, 39 years of age he collided with the car while on a training ride near his home in Lugano, Switzerland on Thursday. Now, his F5 team, talking about said Alonso will now have a short period of complete rest. Now, he will then progressively resume training in preparation for the start of the season. Now, we can't wait for pre-season testing. It will take place in Bahrain from the 12th to 14th of March before the first race at the same track on the 26th to 28th of March 2021. Alonso said on social media last week, "I am okay. Looking forward to getting 2021 underway." So guess what? Let's go. The best to him. To Australian Open we go this morning when Naomi Osaka cruised past Xie Su Wei in just 66 minutes to reach the semi-finals of the Australian Open. The Japanese third seed, who won the second of her 3 Grand Slam titles at the Melbourne Park in 2019, beats Taiwanese 6-2, 6-2. Now, Osaka will now face either Serena Williams or Simona Halep, who are both the former Grand Slam champions, for a place in Saturday's final. Yes, Serena Williams versus Simona Halep comes up later on today. Now, every time I play her, it's always such a battle, Osaka said after that victory. Now, Osaka she has had a difficult draw, but guess what? The 23-year-old has dropped just one set en route to the last 4. Now, world number 1, talking about Ashley Barty, only needed 71 minutes to defeat American Shelby Rogers and move into the Australian Open quarterfinals. Now, for Barty, who is aiming to become the first Australian to win the women's singles since 1978, she triumphed 6-3, 6-4. Now, American Jessica Pegula produced a shock victory, 6-3, 3-6, 6-3 win over 5th seed Elena Svitolina. Wow, congratulations to her. And for the world number 61, her victory on Rod Laver Arena took her into the last 8 of a Grand Slam for the first time. What a record. Now, the 26-year-old will now face fellow American Jennifer Brady, who beats Croatia's Dona Vekic 6-1, 7-5. Yes, like they always say, in every part there is a back. So congratulations to them. But what that concerns millions of fans of Serena, it is later on today against Simona Halep. The grass will surely suffer, or the cause will suffer this time around. Let's talk about the men, because 4th seed Danny Medvedev cruised into Australian Open quarterfinal with a straight set victory over American Mackenzie McDonald. Now, the Russian saw off world number 192 in 1 hour 29 minutes, winning 6-4, 6-2, 6-3 on Margaret Court Arena. Now, he said, "I want more all the time, but step by step. So this is amazing," said Medvedev, who has now won 18 consecutive matches. Can you beat that? I don't think so, people. He will now face compatriot Andrei Rublev in the last 8 at Melbourne Park. Now, 7th seed Rublev was leading 6-2, 7-6 when the Norwegian opponent Kasper Ruud retired with an injury. And it means that there are 3 Russian men in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam for the first time in the Open era, with qualifier Aslan Karatsev also reaching the last 8. Now, no Russian male, listen up, yes. No Russian male has won a Grand Slam since Marat Safin did that in Melbourne in 2005. Someone will say. Don't forget that we are live on Facebook on Darling FM Owerri. Darling FM Owerri. You can watch me do my thing. It's like ABC, not complicated like ALV. Just start this. Moving on. The president of Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, on Monday yesterday presided over a meeting to chart a more robust course for sustainability and also improvement of the organization of various leagues. That's talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League, and of course the Nigeria National League, that's the NNL, and the Nigeria Women Football League, and also the Nigeria Nationwide League 1. Now, the meeting which also had in attendance the first NFF Vice President Sheyi Akiwumi and also the chairman of the football committee, and not forgetting Shehu Diko was also present. That's the NFF second Vice President and also the chairman LMC. Now, Sharif Rabiu Inowa, also the NFF executive member and also the chairman. Referees committee Obinna Ogba, that's talking about the NFF executive member and chairman of the NNL. And Tadi Aziz was also president, who happens to be the president Nigeria Referee Association, and Dr. Mohammed Sanusi, who also happens to be the NFF General Secretary. They were all there. They deliberated on the niggling issues around the league, particularly welfare of officials, and also resolved to tackle matters head on in the interest of the domestic game. And for Pinnick, who said he was delighted with the broadcast and quality of production of MPFL matches on the Nigeria Television Authority, that's the NTA, and also the MPFL TV since the commencement of the new season. He said that the federation was determined so that no factor would be allowed to derail the present gains as the MPFL season enters into week 10. We are going into week 11 already. But let me tell him something. Yes, this April Fool, when they go on with NTA, we don't like it. You cannot tell us that there will be a game by 4 p.m. I'm first saying Jack Robinson, we are watching cartoon. How possible is that, man? We are there in the movie. So if they say it's by 4 p.m., let the game be on NTA. It should be part of the contract. We must promote our league. You don't get to hear Sky Sport tell you story of how Michael Jackson died way back in 2010, alright? Moving on to Nigeria Professional Football League action that went down yesterday. The conclusion of match day 10 right there. You know, Okigwe was a gog, man. I must tell you, if you're not there, I guess you missed. But for those that saw it on MPFL TV, I'm sure you love the beautiful game, the run letter game that thrilled us with fantastic goals. Before I talk about the one that concerns millions of Imolites, Abia Warriors returned to winning ways with a 1-0 slim victory over Enugu Rangers. Now, it was Paul Sampson, his 25-yard shot that settled the contest. And guess what? And he could have made it 2-0 in the 70th minute. But the woodwork, denied his beautiful free kick, the entry into the net. And for Abia Warriors, guess what they did? They finished the game with 10 men. And after the game, I caught up with the manager of the side, Coach Imama Amakpakoba, said, Oga, yes, does it mean that the moment one of your players was shown a red card, it affected, you now change the tactical approach of your team? Yes, okay, was that what really happened? And this was what he had to say. Listen to Coach Imama Amakpakoba about his team picking up a red card. And what happens? Like they always say, if your ship is not sailing in the right direction, what do? You adjust your sail.
Every coach goes into a game, not knowing what hand, the game is going to deal you. This red card came, till now I'm still at sea in respect of what actually ensured for the red card to be issued. But I think I'll find out from my player later to get to know what it is. So, when the red card came, I had to look at my bench, I had to look at the personnel I had, and it changed our tactical approach completely. I wanted to sting some other changes, but then I think the red card was what informed whatever changes that I must have made, thereafter.
In every part there is a pa. Now the red card make me change my approach on what Yame. But the good thing is, after hostilities, we pick up 3 maximum points on what year. Then now they shout up Nepal for London. And person will get big head, no dodge blow. On the night, Enugu Rangers, they get big head, they did not dodge his blow. Before I go for a quick break this morning, Heartland FC defeated Obi Stars by 2-0. 2 Kondo, 1 Tele, Podora, Yami at the Okigwe Township Stadium. Oh my word, man. In the match day 10 of Nigeria Professional Football League with goals from Chidera Eze. Did you see that free kick? My brother, even Lionel Messi, even Beckham. My brother, they didn't let him work for that free kick. Chidera Eze. What a free kick, man. Come on. And he's a right back for those who don't know. Also another fantastic header from Samuel Noshiri, oh my word, and that happens to be his 3rd league goal of the season. As we speak right now, Heartland has 3 players on 3 goals. Adachi Emmanuel and also Shedrack Ogali, and not forgetting, oh my word, Samuel Noshiri. So these are the 3 guys sparing us in terms of the highest goal scorer for Heartland Football Club. Now guess what? Going into that game yesterday, Coach Fidelis Ilescu made 2 changes. Now let's also acknowledge what the governor did. He paid $56,000 to ensure that the FIFA transfer ban was lifted, and the 2 players that we registered was brought into 4. Oji Carlo started his 1st game this season, and he was solid at the back, man. making sure that everything thrown at him, or God just stood like this, like you know, can make anything pass at all. What a defense. And that's the second time the Heartland has kept a clean sheet this particular season. The first one was against Enyimba. When we come back, we'll hear the voice of Fidelis Ilichku. Don't touch it. We'll be right back.
Osugo wanyi orogwe ebesazina makana ndi reji mega gas plant awuchala ọzọ n'orogwe anya lenubu oke n'ekwekwa bọgịrị service ha na-enye karaka ha buru ụzọ ha nara gị silinda gị gbajuru gị ya ojupu n'ọnụ ha ewere aka ha dọnyere gị ya na moto ha na-erekwazi silinda na accessories ya ma na-edozikwazi silinda mebiri emebi mgbagaba ugbu a na uhu afọmakọ dị so n'ụlọ ụka ndị Salvation Army orogwe o nwere West Local Government Area of Imo State ka ịbara okwu n'ụlọ onye akara ekwentị a 09137720001 maọbụ ị gaa na webụsaịtị anyị www.regimegas.com.ng ma cheta na anyị nwere Jim Gas Plant n'Egbu Road n'iru Relief Market Owerri ya na Warrior North Pocket Layout Irete Egbada Junction Onitsha Road Owerri. Jim Mega Gas Plant etimesi ebirila ọkụ.
In accordance with the Nigeria Communications Commission, NCC's mandate to link every phone number to the user's national identification number, NIN, 9Mobile as your network of choice is making the exercise nice and easy. Simply dial *996#, verify and link your NIN. Better still, you can visit www.9mobile.com.ng/NIN to do the same. Remember, the stitching time saves all the 9Mobile benefits you've always enjoyed, so hurry now.
One expert don't land with big ogbonge odds and sharp cash out method. You will like sports. This now your big opportunity to make better money on top all your bets. Where be bigger rules? My Niger people, I beg, make una no sleep on this one. Make you rush now. Go visit our website on onexpert.ng. Don't forget to use the promo code BETNG and you go get 200% bonus on your first deposit. OneXpert, bet we're there for everybody.
Charles! Yes, Mama! Go bring 2 sachets of hyper bleach come. Thank you, Ma! Because I go use one take so the rights. They go use the other one taking all the yama jams. But I never see any yama jams for here, Ma. They small well, but they did it. And now why I trust only hyper bleach to take in all of them, pata.
Make all your white cloths they continue to be white and they kill all the virus and the yama jams. If it cause sickness for your house with the disinfecting power of hyper bleach.
You know me, who gang? You are moving to the switch gang. It can be with the switch gang. Right now you are moving to the switch gang. Set our gang. Retire well gang. Pension secure gang. Just switch gang. Set our Stanbic IBTC gang. Transfer window gang. Happen to life gang. One pension manager gang. Join the switch gang today.
Stanbic IBTC Pension Managers, a member of Standard Bank Group.
Them say football is a joy to watch unless you are at the receiving end, and football sweet past babe. But don't try this at home if you're married though, because I'm responsible for what I say and you are responsible for what you try to understand. At the end of the day, we are both guilty of my yummy. In case you just tuned in, it's still sports this morning on Darling FM 107.3. They call me Cosmo, the son of Chukwuemeka, Mr. Small Body Big Engine, Ururu Fakonga, Baba Wado, the sports evangelist. One of Imo State, my people, Miami. The Lega can destroy. Forward on that break, we're talking about the victory of Heartland Football Club, who did the needful. They beat their opponent by 2 goals to nothing, Lobby Stars. And then so the girls came courtesy of Chidera Eze, a free kick, and then a header from somewhere in Loshiri was all that we needed, yes, to pull through. But let's listen to the manager of the side. His name is Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu. Yes, he said that, yes, the governor, Hope Uzodinma, was instrumental to that victory, because if they say no pay that money, and he introduced the 2 players that were key and also gave us a fresh leg, yes, going into that game, maybe we'll follow win, but then it is what it is. Let's listen to Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu talk to us.
Yeah, it's important, and at the end of the day, I want to first of all to say big thank you to His Excellency Hope Uzodinma for what he has done for the team, because as you can see, there's a lot of quality, experience in the midfield as well in defense. If you have a player like Ojikalo in defense, I think you must have confidence, you must have belief, you must relax on the bench to watch the football, which because in a football, when there's no leader, you'll be having issues. As you can see today, he commands, he walks, he directs. I'm so much happy about that.
I don't know how many Ojikalo you've ever heard since you were born, but I only know one Ojikalo, and he plays for Heartland Football Club. He's a centre back on Miami. He was like the Rock of Gibraltar yesterday, shutting out every missile through at him by former Heartland player Chinonso Okonkwo. Now, like I mentioned earlier, going into the game, yes, Coach Fidelis introduced 2 players. Kenneth Ikugbado, who has played every game this particular season, was dropped on the bench now for Ojikalo. And in midfield, Ayo Adetola, who started the game against MFM, he picked up an injury in that game. He did not start, rather he introduced Kelechi Chimezie. Now Kelechi Chimezie was the one that gave a header of assist to our own Samuel Nursery. And like I mentioned earlier, when the game was moved to Okigwe, I said, make una come down. Why okay, Jaracho Fedio come on Yami. Say that same ground, are you aware that in 5 games we've played against Lobby Stars before that game yesterday, the only time we don't beat Lobby Stars now for Okigwe, and he played that yesterday. The same scoreline will bring them 2 goals to nothing on the 15th of March in 2020, and also yesterday the same thing happened, 2 goals to nothing. A deja vu feeling, a deja vu situation. Ghana master no big insult. If you know, you know. Who you pass for physical, you pass for spiritual. That's my problem talking. Did you hear that? Who you pass for physical, you pass for spiritual. So 2 goals to nothing. The next opponent for Heartland Football Club will be no other than Benga Ogumbote boys. Now let me also tell you something about Benga Ogumbote. Benga Ogumbote was the coach that led Lobby Stars last season to Okigwe Stadium, and we beat him 2 goals to nothing. But this time around, we are traveling away to Akure to face his Sunshine Stars, who are also firing from all cylinders in terms of goals. If you check your time, it's all about the segment for Spanish Kingdom. Spanish Kingdom Apartment and Suite. We'll take a message from our sponsor. When we come back, we'll continue with the show. Don't take a back touching the die, because tono no be touch lights. And if you're listening to this ad, just look at your wife, tell her te amo. What is te amo? It means I love you, Wanyoma.
Hospitality in Imo State is wearing a new look with Spanish
means I love you, baby. That means I love you, Wanyoma. If you go to Spanish Kingdom Apartment and Suite, that's what you tell your lover. That's the segment we are in right now. Thank you for sponsoring. We are located at number 6 Spanish Kingdom Avenue off Onisha Road, Owerri, behind Dangote Cement Depot. Yes, at Spanish Kingdom, they have swimming pool for adults and children, and they have also a well-equipped gym. They also have a VIP lounge, a bush bar, snooker board for your leisure. Likewise, the table tennis. Some call it ping pong. Alright, let's move on. Sunshine Stars coach Benga Ogumbote has backed striker Sadiq Yusuf to break the Nigeria Professional Football League goal record. Now, Inform Odon, he holds the record, the NPFL record with 23 goals for Enyimba. That was in the 2013-2014 season, and that happens to be the highest goal scorer for a single season in Nigeria Professional Football League. For Ogumbote, he said, Yusuf, who has scored 7 goals in 10 league games, has the potential to break the record. Let me quote Ogumbote this morning because he said to Cosmos Chukwuemeka, he said, I am sure that must be his prayer. And of course, I will join him. We will join our spiritual resources. Yes, Ogumbote talking. We will join our spiritual resources to pray for him too, to make sure that he break that goal scoring record. Please, what is the meaning of spiritual resources? I need to understand. These people, they are our next opponent too, and they go play them for their home. And he's talking about spiritual resources. If you know, you know. So Atlant, if you go, you know, get ready. And for Yusuf, he was on Sunday named Journalist Player of the Month by the League Bloggers Award after scoring 5 goals in 4 matches during the month. And his 7 goals places him joint top scorer with Aqua United in the Friki F Young in the 2020-2021 MPFL scorers chart. Let's move on from there. Super Eagles players would not mind playing their last 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Lesotho at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in New York, according to the head coach, Gernot Rohr. Now for Gernot Rohr, he's however aware that the Nigeria Football Federation has the final say on the choice of venue. Now, Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos, will now host the encounter between the 3-time African Kings and also the Crocodiles on the 30th of March. Now, the Super Eagles played their last home game against Leon Stars of Sierra Leone at the Samuel Gbumudia Stadium in Benin City. But let me quote Gernot Rohr because he's saying this morning to Cosmos Chukwuemeka, Ekute. Now, the second game, we will do it in Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. Now, we know that this is a very special occasion with the pandemic and we cannot have the usual venue in Uyo. Now, but my players, they like Uyo because of the facilities and because of the stadium. Now, the Teslim Balogun Stadium, which has recently undergone the facelift with the artificial turf replaced by grass, was the last place the Super Eagles played in Lagos. Now, they recorded a 2-1 friendly win over Sierra Leone. That was way back in 2011. This segment belongs to Spanish Kingdom Apartment and Suite. Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr has confirmed that Sparta Rotterdam's Maduko Okoye will be his first choice goalkeeper ahead of South Africa-based Daniel Akpeyi and Apoel FC Francis Uzoho. Alright, that's his own choice. You need to allow him, let him do what he likes. He said number 1 is Maduko Okoye. Gernot Rohr told ESPN. Now this decision, I take them with goalkeeper coach Aloy Agu because he's a specialist for goalkeeper training. Now elsewhere, former Super Eagles captain Sunday Ogochukwu has revealed that senior players of the national team refused to stay at a 5-star Italian hotel reserved for them during preparations prior to the 1994 World Cup. Yes, he told Sponge this. Now the Eagles had just won the 1994 African Cup of Nations in Tunisia and they were set for their debut appearance at the World Cup that was in the United States of America. Now Olise said that the senior players and the coach, they had issues then. Maybe we'll break this down in the evening when Orji David joins me. Yes, let's leave them and move on because there's more to talk about. Big out stories, I must tell you this morning. Oh my word. In England, we heard at Arsenal, they've been told that they can sign 23-year-old Celtic striker Hudson Odoi for just £15 million, according to the Daily Express. And for Timo Werner, everything that has a beginning has an end. Every Nkechi will turn to Mama Chidebere one day, sometime soon. That's the situation of life. Everything that goes up will surely come down on my year. Timo Werner, hey, he scored and assisted as he ended 14-game goal draws to help Chelsea to victory over Newcastle United in the Premier League at Stamford Bridge. Somebody say praise the Lord. Werner came into this match having not scored since a 4-1 win against bottom side Sheffield United on the 7th of November. Now, it was Werner's first goal in exactly 1,000 minutes of Premier League action for Chelsea and ended a run of 31 attempts without scoring a goal. And guess what, people? He even had he had to wait for a video assistant referee decision before being allowed to celebrate properly, which he had. When that happened, he now looked at himself, he just smiled. It's all over, man. Olivier Giroud, who replaced the injured Tammy Abraham, was also on target on the night. And one good thing about this Chelsea side right now is that Thomas Tuchel's side, they also kept a clean sheet, which is fantastic if you ask me. Guess what, people? Guess who was in goal? There was nothing like Kepa moment yesterday. Kepa Arrizabalaga, some will say Arinze Abalaga, yes, kept his first Premier League clean sheet in 5 appearances, 11 goals considered in previous 4. Now, since a shutout against Norwich, that was way back in July 2020, the last time this young man kept a clean sheet. Yes, we know he has not been featured regularly, but then it is what it is. Now, for Newcastle United, they've lost 6 of their last 7 away Premier League games after losing just 1 of the 6 before that particular one. And for Chelsea Football Club, they've won 8 consecutive home top flight matches against an opponent, yes, Newcastle United, for the first time since winning 9 in a row against West Bromwich Albion between 1984 and 2013. Don't ask me if I was born then. I don't know, people. Congratulations to them. And the victory sees Chelsea move back to 4th place ahead of West Ham. And for West Ham, the Hammers, as they are called, they comfortably beat Sheffield United by 3 goals to nothing earlier on Monday. And they are also level on points with Chelsea, but then just maybe goal difference separate the two sides. So Chelsea, they are 4th on the log, while for West Ham, they are 5th. Goals courtesy of Declan Rice penalty, a header from Issa Diop, and a third substitute, a third goal from the substitute, Ryan Frederick, was enough to lift David Moyes. He's been doing a fantastic job with West Ham. And for West Ham, they have won 19 points in the Premier League in 2021. Only Man City with 27 points have accumulated more in this particular calendar year. Don't forget that this segment belongs to Spanish Kingdom Apartment and Suite. Let's go straight to Germany. Bayern to win the Wagoni first. For Bayern Munich's 5-match winning run in the Bundesliga came to an end after the leaders were held 3-3 by struggling Arminia Bielefeld yesterday. Now it is the first game for them since winning the FIFA Club World Cup, and Bayern, they thrilled by 2 goals to nothing at half-time after goals by Miche Vlap and Amos Peiper. Now for Robert Lewandowski, he reduced the deficit before Christian Gapua made it 3-1. Now in a thriller, guess what? Corentin Tolisso and Alphonso Davies rescued the points for the champions, Champions League holders Bayern Munich. Guess what? They are now 5 points clear of second place RB Leipzig with 13 matches left to play. And for Arminia Bielefeld, they are 16 in the table with 18 points from 20 games. It's still the segment sponsored by Spanish Kingdom Apartment and Suite. We also hear that Borussia Mönchengladbach manager, his name is Marco Rose, has told the club that he will leave in the summer to take over at Bundesliga rivals Borussia Dortmund. Yes, for Gladbach, they said that Rose, at the age of 44, he opted to leave with a year left on his contract. And we heard that the likes of Mats Ebel, Gladbach sporting director, said that the decision sadly came after weeks of discussion. But for Dortmund, they are yet to confirm it though. For all the best to him. Now to the biggest game that will be coming up later on tonight. Yes, talking about the Champions League, man. Amadio know they hear English or more Yami. Shango know they hear Igbo. Yes, that's true. But only football understand all the dialects in the world. Am I communicating, people? And that's why I keep saying that football sweet pass babe. But don't try this at home if you're married though, because I'm responsible for what I say. You are responsible for what you try to understand. At the end of the day, we are both guilty. UEFA lucrative Champions League is upon us tonight. Liverpool manager, his name is Jurgen Klopp, said that nobody has to worry about me. He said I am not going anywhere. If nothing said because of I don't lose 3 games, we die here. Liverpool midfielder Naby Keita will not be involved against his former club RB Leipzig in the Champions League last 16 in first leg in Budapest tonight. Now for Keita, he's now ready to play after only recently returning to training after a hamstring injury which has kept him out since December the 19th. So that game comes up by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. The grass will surely suffer tonight. We can't wait for this particular one. Oh my word, man. And for La Liga giants Barcelona Football Club, they are still able to compete with the best teams in Europe. This is according to Ronald Koeman. He said, no, this is my Barcelona side. Forget it. We go still give people. We go put movie for now when I go watch. Now we can't wait. There will be no Neymar in this game. There will also be no Angel Di Maria. But by 9 p.m. we'll find that if Barcelona Football Club, the last game they played in the Champions League that put them to this stage was they lost to Juve by 3 goals to nothing at home. But then Mauricio Pochettino, for me, if he no beats Barcelona tonight, they're supposed lie him down, pound water, flog and 32. But if Messi happens, then there might be a twist. For Lionel Messi has scored 11 goals in 10 games during just this calendar year alone. That tells you how good. And the last the 2 goals he scored against Granada was breathtaking outside the penalty box. Maybe Paris Saint-Germain will put their eye on that, but then we can't wait. But for tonight, one thing I can assure you is that in terms of football, you will enjoy it at its best. Are you aware that for Barcelona, they've knocked out Paris Saint-Germain in each of their past 3 Champions League knockout ties since 2012-2013 quarterfinals, in 2014-2015 quarterfinals, and also 2016 2016-2017 last 16, and the only previous time PSG overcame the Catalans in the Champions League knockout tie was in 1994-1995 quarterfinal, where with the pendulum swing will be our guest by 6 to 7 p.m. But that's how much you can take this morning, thanks to our sponsor, yes, Spanish Kingdom and Suit. From me to you all, it is peace, love, arrivederci.
Hospital